You're taking one hell of a chance coming out here. I hope you know what you're doing.
If I don't, all our problems are over.
What's that?
That is Moses' tomb.
Allow flight to 50 from Paris and Zurich, now captain and customs control. Buses in the Tel Aviv leave every 15 minutes to the main entrance area.
Cheer up, Frank. You got no wife or kids. Who's gonna miss you?
Creditors.
Do you have it?
Not yet.
When?
Soon.
Careful. You've been well paid.
This is my partner, Shimon. You had a good journey? This is 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒅𝒐.
Now what?
We wait.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is one of the finest examples of 17th century silverwork I have ever seen. The amber alone, it's worth twice what I'm asking for it.
Excuse me. I was just wondering, did they have machines that could stamp out patterns on silver-plated tin in the 17th century?
Madam, I assure you...
And were they really able to process plastic to look like amber way back then?
Well, our travel agent warned us about things like this.
But madam, listen.
How much?
For this tin and plastic piece of junk for you, madam, $2,000.
Not bad. For extraordinary 16th century silverwork. It's beautiful, actually. I think I'll take it.
Please do. As a gift from one who admires you very, very much. Very nice.
He just went into his apartment.
You don't think much of me, do you, Frank?
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, sir, you have no right to risk your ass, sir. Even for this obsession of yours. As an oil man, you're the best, but out here, you're in water way over your head. I'll bet you nobody back home approves or even knows about this.
Don't bet. You might win. so I believe that peace can only come to this land when all people of goodwill can, as Isaiah suggested, sit and reason together.
Your innocence would be refreshing if it weren't so dangerous.
You must be crazy to trust an American.
Look!
By the way, we've come to talk.
If anybody told me I'd be out here in the middle of the Judean desert, face to face with a car full of PLO, I'd have called them nuts.
Not yet.
Well, shall we?
It's Assad. I knew he would come.
This time she came into his shop first. Stayed a few minutes, came out, went around the side, and into his apartment.
We must know more.
What terms?
No terms. You meet, you talk, you discuss. No terms, no rules.
We do not trust the Israelis.
The Israelis don't trust you.
My country was involved in a terrible war. Remember Vietnam? Or were you too young? It went on for years. Kids, no older than you, went out in the streets. They protested. Finally stopped the war.
The Israelis, they will not meet us.
Who the hell are they?
They came to talk.
They came armed with Russian submachine guns.
Well, what happens now?
They'll tell us.
No shit.
Put your hands up, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. These guys aren't taking any chances. Do it. Please.
English.
You look familiar to me. Don't I know you from somewhere?
Your TV set.
You mean you're...
Yes, he is.
What are you doing here, Mr. Ambassador? And does our government know about this?
Not yet.
We'll have to arrest you, sir.
No, you won't. You just tell your commander.
You do whatever you have to, young man.
Go.
Where?
Home.
Where is that?
Now. No questions.
But it's been 3 months. I don't even know your name. Who are you?
My name is Salome, and I love your head.
You had no right to set up such a meeting without at least informing us.
You wouldn't have agreed.
Of course not. What you did was very foolish and most undiplomatic. Tragedy was narrowly avoided.
Was it? At least 5 young men are dead.
They were terrorists.
They came to talk. They were Palestinian students from 𝑬𝒎𝒃𝒂𝒊𝒙𝒂𝒅𝒐 University.
The killers were 𝑫𝒖𝒃𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒅𝒐. They are waging a holy war. They are against everybody, even Yasser Arafat. They infiltrated our borders, bearing Russian Kalashnikovs, mortars, grenades, students. They also came to talk.
I don't know about the others, but maybe by now the PLO is ready to talk.
You can't really have such a simple philosophy, Mr. Ambassador. You know they don't even recognize Israel's right to exist. For your sake, Peter, consult with me before you set up any more of these crazy meetings you're initiating.
Of course he will.
Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll see you both at the party. Oh, and Mr. Stevenson, keep an eye on your radical ambassador before he gets us all into more trouble.
Do you think he knows who she is?
He is sleeping with her. He must know who she is.
Shall I go in now?
Yes, but be very careful.
You like the Minister of Defense, huh?
I don't trust him. I'll be in my office if you need me. 22475, calling Ace, over.
22475. Just a moment, I'll get Ace on the line.
Hello, welcome back. How did it go?
Slaughter, sir. In my opinion, you must do something about his fantasy.
You want him removed?
Promoted, sir, would be a better word.
Where have you been? Come on, hurry up, get dressed. We're due at that party in half an hour.
Party? What party? The party, is that tonight? Why didn't you remind me? And where were you this morning? You left before I woke up. I hate when you do that.
I had a meeting.
Before dawn?
Yep.
Must have been important.
Uh-huh.
Well, what was it?
Nothing. How was your ride? You got a good horse?
Yeah, an Arab. Just the kind I like. Strong flanks and a soft mouth.
Did you ride English or Western?
Bareback.
I'm so glad to be getting out of town. I can't wait to get on the airplane. Where should we spend our first evening in Rome, huh? I know. Remember that little place in Trastevere? Peter? Say something. Peter, if you don't say something, I'm going to jump out of this car.
Look, I can't leave now just when things are heating up. I'm sorry, I really am.
I could set that to music.
Look, why don't you go on ahead and I'd join you in a few days.
Sure, like that time in Norway.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Please, forget it. More Jack Daniels, please.
I consider your husband to be a rather moderate politician, don't you?
Oh, certainly.
Mrs. Hacker, is there any truth to the rumor that the ambassador is being considered by the president for a cabinet post?
Oh, God, I hadn't heard that one. You never can tell in politics, can you?
I'm sure your president can't be too thrilled with your activities lately.
Not too thrilled, no. I may have to submit my resignation soon. I'm sure your people will be happy about that.
Actually not. We prefer a clever and honest politician, even if he doesn't always agree with us, rather than an obstinate and pretentious wise guy who thinks he has the answer to all our Middle East problems.
Speaking of wise guys, Minister Eretz, don't you think you could convince my husband to take his long overdue vacation? Nobody seems to want him around here anyway.
I wish I could, Mrs. Ambassador. Might do us all some good.
Well, it'd do me a hell of a lot of good, I'll tell you that.
You will excuse us, please.
Of course.
Alice, this is no place to get pissed.
You're absolutely right.
Alex, where are you going? Alex, you're making a fool of yourself.
Taxi, please.
Yes, madam. Where do you like to go, madam?
Jerusalem?
Yes.
Tell him the Jaffa Gate.
Yes. Jerusalem to the Jaffa Gate.
Where's Alex?
I don't know. I guess he went home.
That's him. The man in the middle.
She's mad at me because I won't go to Rome with her.
Well, why don't you go to Rome with him?
Why don't you?
You want to get rid of me too?
Who else?
Well, the Israelis, the Arabs, maybe even the President of the United States.
Oh, come on. The president loves you.
been another explosion in Jerusalem. Something's going on. How many people?
Where did it happen?
Near the Jaffa Gate, an outdoor cafe.
Bad?
Still digging out bodies.
Mr. Hacker, car's down here.
Did you drive Mrs. Hacker home?
No, sir. She took a taxi. I think she went to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem? Alex? Alex?
Mrs. Hacker's not at home, sir.
Thank you, Deborah. Come on, Pete. What are the odds? 1,000 to 1? No, 1,000,000 to 1. Question is, why Jerusalem in the middle of the night?
Crazy, crazy lady. She's probably in some dim cafe making a deal on a rug. You know? Hey, this is Hacker. Who the hell is this? What? Is she hurt? God damn it. A movie theater. Yeah, I'll find it. Alone. Yes, I heard you.
You're not going anywhere alone.
No police. They said they'd kill her.
Pete, this isn't Houston. There are people out there who slash your throat for $50 American. Now, whatever it is, you're not going to do this on your own. I'm going with you.
You stay here just in case.
Who was that on the phone?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you.
You must! I'm not just your security officer, Pete. I am your friend.
Well, if you are, then just sit tight. I can take care of myself.
What if it's a setup?
If I don't return within an hour, ask the Israeli security to look for me.
Where?
Alex?
I couldn't let you come alone.
Did you see the film?
Yeah, I caught the last act. That was enough. Yeah, who was that man who...
Screws my wife? How did you know I was here?
I followed you.
We drove very fast.
So did I.
Get your wife, sir. She's in the Hadassah hospital. She's been hurt, but they say she'll be all right.
Please remember, she is sedated.
I hear everybody around her was killed.
11 people. Her survival is quite miraculous. It seems she was protected by that phone booth.
How you doing?
Just to get drunk in Tel Aviv and then blown up in Jerusalem. Say I'm doing pretty good.
The doctor says you're going to be fine.
Am I going to be fine, Peter?
Sure. Jack Douglas's girl wouldn't let a little bomb cramp her style. I'll be back this evening. Anything you want?
Grilled cheese sandwich and a bottle of beer.
I'll see what I can do. You get some sleep.
Peter, how about a hug? Get me out of here. I want to go home.
Let's not make this a free-for-all. Come on. What's the condition of your wife, sir?
You and your wife is evidence that the bomb was intended for Mrs. Hicker.
None whatsoever.
Well, this pertains to your position regarding the PLO, sir.
We have no proof that the PLO had anything to do with it.
Mr. Ambassador, what was your wife doing in Jerusalem in the middle of the night?
Oh, wait a minute, Frank. We must cooperate with all the press. Miss Aroni.
Okay, give us a little air here. Come on.
The ambassador's limousine is considered to be American territory. I do not believe that we have issued you an entry visa.
I like a man with a good sense of humor.
Come on.
Especially if he's as handsome as you.
If you will call the embassy, I'm sure that our press attaché will be happy to arrange an interview.
That's good enough for me. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. I think you are really a very charming man.
That's enough.
Thank you, Mr. CIA.
Go, Mike.
Did you get anything?
Maybe. I'll see you later.
Mr. Ambassador, a man who won't identify himself is on the phone for you. Says it's personal.
Put him on my private line and turn on the tape.
Yes, sir.
This is Hacker.
Listen carefully. The cost of your wife's movie is $1 million American. You will be contacted.
Are you nuts? I haven't got that kind of money. I work on a monthly salary, government payroll.
You can borrow it from your wife's brother, Mr. Douglas, Jack Douglas, Jr.
And if I refuse?
The film will be televised to the entire world. Some of those late-night porno stations will pay handsomely for it.
So what? Infidelity is not news. Who cares?
You will, Mr. Ambassador.
Not $1 million worth, I won't.
What about the White House? What about your American president? We can make one copy especially for his home entertainment.
Look, mister, I haven't got $1 million, and I don't care what you do with your dirty film.
When you find out who Mustafa Hashimi is, you will care.
Yeah. Frank, Did you ever hear of a guy named Hashimi? Mustafa Hashimi.
Hashimi? Not an uncommon Arabic name.
Make a few calls and see what you can find out, will you? That's all I've got to go on is the name. And if you're free tonight, I'd appreciate it if you drop by around 9:30.
You got it.
That's enough. Now I want my chocolate cake.
No, I told you no cake till you finish your dinner.
That's blackmail. Hello, sweetheart.
How you feeling?
Well, I'm okay, but I don't want my dinner. I want my cake.
And eat it too. That's the way business is done in the Holy Land.
This isn't the Holy Land. This is the holier-than-thou land.
Well, we've got a star in the family anyway. Washington Post yesterday, New York Times last week. You're getting a lot of publicity.
So did Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, it says here that you're the most influential American in the Foreign Service and that you've got a brilliant career.
Don't believe everything you read.
But they're even mentioning you in connection with a cabinet post.
They're nuts.
Hey, what about my cake?
Oh, you take care of her. I've got to go feed my own family. See you guys later.
Thanks for picking me up at the hospital.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Isn't that Post article terrific? It's not terrific?
Yesterday it was terrific. Today it's history.
What do you mean? Peter, will you talk to me?
Last night, when I got home, I was invited to a private screening. I was the only one there. As movies go, it wasn't spectacular. At home, we'd give it an X. But it certainly held my attention. Wouldn't you like to know who the stars were?
What are you talking about?
You. I'm talking about you. And a gentleman's name, I believe, is Mustafa Hashimi. You were photographed, and I believe the clinical term is coitus. We've always called it fucking.
Why would anyone want...
$1 million, that's why. Or else somebody desperately wants to bring my diplomatic career to an immediate end. They threatened that if I didn't pay, they'd broadcast it on television and send a private print to the president.
Oh, my God.
Who is this man that you've been having an affair with?
Just someone I met. Someone who had time for me.
Do you love him?
I love you. But I feel loved by him.
Well, who is he?
Just a nice man who owns a shop in Old Jerusalem. Antiques.
And you were going up to see him and the bomb went off. What else?
What else? Isn't that enough?
Yes?
Mr. Stevenson has arrived, sir.
Thank you, Deborah. You tell Mr. Stevenson I'll be down in a few minutes. Okay, let's go over it one more time.
Okay. An Arab antique dealer is having an affair with the wife of the American ambassador. Number 2, using film as a weapon, somebody tries to blackmail the ambassador. Number 3, there's got to be more than that. What's the punchline?
What is it they really want?
Well, $1 million is $1 million, but that's not enough.
Why am I vulnerable?
Because you're the ambassador.
That makes me vulnerable? Only if I've done something.
Then it's got to be him.
Hashimi?
Hashimi.
Why does my ice melt faster than yours?
You put more vodka in your glass. Maybe ice melts faster when it's totally surrounded by liquid.
You trying to say that I drink more than you do?
No. Just that I pour less, but more often.
No. We started out with the same number.
No?
You know, all day long I've been telling myself.
Yes.
You've been telling yourself what?
Maybe I shouldn't overreact. After all, our marriage is... Oh, this is it. Our marriage.
In 18 years, we've split up 18 times. How would you interpret those statistics?
Well, I'd say we're not only tenacious, we're desperate.
You want to divorce me?
Not tonight.
Good.
Hey, wait Come here.
Helen.
Helen, madam. What can I do for you?
Do you know if that shop will open today?
Maybe after lunch. Since the explosion, it's hard to say. It is very good shop. Many bargains. It is worth waiting.
I will.
Would you like to have some lunch while you're waiting? We have very good shish kebab. Also fresh fish from the Lake of Galilee.
La chicken.
Put it on Pakistani television and the local news tonight, too. I don't give a goddamn.
You can't shove them off just like that. It's too dangerous.
Well, if the Mossad can't do anything about it, how could I? Unless you're ready to lend me $1 million, because I'm not going to ask Jack Douglas Jr. for it.
No, but I have some other means, if you'll permit me to use them.
Frank, the TV news goes on in less than 12 hours.
You got it.
There is a movie of us making love. Do you know anything about it?
Of course not.
They're threatening to show it on television throughout the world as a kind of commercial for tourism in the Holy Land.
What is your husband going to do? I mean, will he pay?
The ambassador can't get involved with gangsters just because his wife got bald on candid camera. He went to see somebody in the government.
The Israeli government? Did he go to see his friend, the defense minister Eretz?
Yeah, I think so. Why? You know Eretz? Will you tell me what's going on, please?
It's impossible to explain my life to you when I don't understand it myself. But you must go, right now.
Why?
And never come back here again.
Why not?
For your own protection. For your husband's. You must never see or speak to me again.
But why? Who are you?
What are you doing here? Haven't you caused enough trouble with this man?
That's my business.
You screw anybody you want to. But you screw up the ambassador's life, and that's my business.
Enough. Get out. Get out of my shop.
I want that film you had made.
Frank, he doesn't know anything about the film.
Bullshit, he's a terrorist. He's PLO, for Christ's sake.
What?
He's PLO. Tell her. Tell her.
Yes, I'm PLO. But I have nothing to do with that film.
You're going home. Take this lady back to Tel Aviv, fast!
No. Driver, would you turn around, please?
I want to go back.
I couldn't leave you like that.
It's impossible, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We can't see each other anymore.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I love when you smile. Now you must go. And never come back here again.
Where we go? Let's
Must be crazy. Of all the women there are, it looks very bad. I'm your friend, and I said it looks very bad for a man in your position.
My personal life is nobody's business.
Why are we meeting here, Minister?
You asked for an urgent meeting, and you preferred not to be seen coming to my office. Besides, I thought this place would serve to remind you why we are so suspicious of our enemies who have sworn to destroy us so many times, and why we are reluctant to sit down with them and discuss any compromise solution.
This hardly seems the place for me to tell you what I have to tell you.
No. Come with me.
450,000. This being the largest concentration of Jews next to New York City. In 1942, the number of Jews had decreased to the total sum, which numbered 70,000. Most of them suffered and died not only at Auschwitz.
His name is Mustafa Hashimi. Yesterday I got a telephone call demanding $1 million. If I don't pay, they sell to the highest bidder.
That's incredible.
Good morning. What happened?
You know her?
The American ambassador's wife, Mrs. Alex Hecker. We are on top of the case.
I'm not talking about the bomb in the old city.
So do I. She has an affair with Mustafa Hashimi.
You know?
Of course. We covered it all on film.
What film?
We have the lovebirds on film, even during the act.
We took that film. You must be crazy to do such a thing.
We have got a whole library of films. It often proves useful.
Certainly, if your intention is to blackmail the American ambassador.
What are you talking about?
The American ambassador, Hacker, is being blackmailed with the film our Mossad produced.
That's impossible.
Someone is demanding $1 million. Or they threaten to show the film on television throughout the entire world.
It's a porno film.
So the Israeli government is revealed as producing pornographic pictures. That's all we need for our public relations.
Harris, you don't understand. The ambassador's wife is sleeping
I don't
with...
care if she's sleeping with King Hussein. It's none of our business.
Anything to do with security is my business. When the American ambassador meets terrorists in the desert, it's my business.
when his wife is fucking one of the most powerful men in the PLO. It's my business.
It's not your business to embarrass our government.
The Mossad took the film?
And somebody stole a print.
But why would they do such a thing?
The Mossad has its share of right-wing zealots. And your views aren't popular with everyone. Maybe someone thought you could be induced to change them.
Are you also accusing the Mossad of blackmailing the American ambassador?
We don't blackmail diplomats. It's not the way we conduct our foreign policy. Now, Hashimi is a very rich, aristocratic Arab. Some people think he is the potential leader of a Palestinian state, if they ever get one.
And you allow him to live free here in Jerusalem?
Sometimes it is more beneficial to have an opponent outside of jail than in.
Could the Mossad recover the print and get me out of this mess?
Depends.
On what?
On who stole the print?
When are you going to do it? Soon. Maybe today. What if he pays by tomorrow? He won't. We are sure he will. And we are prepared to cut you in. A three-way split. 𝒎𝒄, myself, and you. Huh? I have my instructions. Get out.
See these marks here? It's been through the printer.
Is it possible you could print something without knowing it?
No. This number must be the same as on the print order.
Could somebody make a simple print without an order?
No way.
Thank you. Check her background, where she lives, who she hangs around with. If you find anything, bring her in.
Where would I find the manager?
I'm the manager.
This is the only motion picture film laboratory in Tel Aviv, right?
Right.
I have a proposition for you.
Who are you?
Let's just say I represent an interested party, and I want a certain film that was developed in this laboratory. $10,000. That's about 1 million shekels. Tax-free.
When will you pay? Her name is Tova Efroni.
How do you know she's the girl?
She is the head of our printing room. She sees every foot that's being printed in here.
And how do I know you're not lying to me?
You don't.
Where do I find her?
She's in the printing room.
Miss Efroni?
Yes?
What are you doing here, Abe?
Relax, Mr. Stinson. Apparently you are not welcome here.
Where's the manager?
I'm the manager.
Well, if you're the manager, where's that son of a bitch who told me he ran this laboratory? And where's the girl who's in charge of the film?
Miss Efroni.
Yes?
You're Miss Ephroni.
Yes?
I'm afraid you've been fooled, Mr. Stevenson.
Just a moment, Mr. Stevenson.
Come on, let's go.
Miss Ephroni, or whatever your real name is, I'm interested in a print. Certain film you had made.
Mister, I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. Let me go! Let me go!
You see that car over there? He's from the Mossad. Now you either talk to me or I take you to him. Which do you want?
Refuse to recognize the legitimate rights of each other. Both sides are using extremists as an excuse to avoid dealing with each other. This country cannot live forever in a state of armed siege. Until the Palestinian problem is solved,
Your own wife was almost killed.
there will always be a minority of extremists. Leaders refuse to recognize the Palestinians as an independent entity. Their leaders refuse to talk to you. And so a new war is inevitable.
Okay, so we fight them again.
Terrific. Chances are you win. But the price is another 2,000 dead. Will that prove anything that 4 previous wars have failed to do?
We had Saddam's Third Army surrounded when you forced us into the ceasefire.
You know as well as I that the superpowers will never let you win a decisive victory. So why don't you put out a peace plan of your own? With new borders that'll satisfy all parties.
The PLO refuses to recognize Israel's right to exist. They also massacre children.
Have you forgotten the slaughter of our athletes in Munich?
No, I have not forgotten. But in order to achieve a real peace, you may have to give something up.
You mean give back land that we have conquered?
We'll do that when America gives back occupied territories, like, say, Texas back to Mexico.
I'm not naive enough to believe that all these problems can be solved immediately. It will take time. But I do believe that when reasonable people sit down with each other, that reason will prevail. Look, you are all students. Did it ever occur to you to arrange a discussion with the students of 𝑭𝒊𝒍𝒎𝒃𝒂𝒅𝒐, the Palestinian University?
He's right! He's right! We should meet with him! The only way for peace! We should give him a chance! The Palestinians are our brothers! We should meet them!
There's no Palestine University! There's no Palestine! 𝑬𝒑𝒂𝒂𝒅𝒐 is part of Israel!
Supposing I get you both together for a meeting, would you agree to talk?
They won't want peace with us!
All right, start talking.
I'm a film editor. When I was at the lab, I saw that horrible movie. I was shocked when I recognized the ambassador's
And
wife.
then what did you do?
I told Mr. Gershuni.
Who?
Zev Gershuni, my producer.
Gershuni. Take me to him.
Oh, no, I can't. They're ruthless. You don't know
You
them.
said they.
Shimon, his partner.
Shimon.
Please, can I go now?
Where is the
I
prince?
don't know. Oh, please, let me go. Shimon and Zev are very dangerous. If they find out I told anyone, they'll kill me.
They'll never find you in America.
You mean you'd help me get to America?
It depends on you. I could arrange for a ticket to the city of your choice, a visa to stay as long as you like, and of course, money for your living expenses.
I'll tell you all I can.
Good. Taxi!
And then there is this other man.
What other man?
He came from Budapest. Very strange man, very quiet. He calls himself Stone. I had to get him into the party the other night.
Why?
I had to point out the ambassador to him. That's Shimon, by the table in the corner. And that's his partner, Zev. They own this restaurant. They have their fingers into everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, driver, U.S. Embassy. Let's get your passport, huh?
You've blown it. Should have never told Stone about the film.
Don't worry. There is a simpler fish to fry than the Ambassador.
Hello.
The film is good, don't you think so, Mr. Hashimi?
A respectable Arab businessman with wife and a family should be willing to pay only $500,000.
Where and when?
Tomorrow, you will be informed. Sleep well.
This is incredible.
You always could pick 'em. Yes, Deborah, who is it now? All right, put her on.
This says Hashimi's been a member of one terrorist group or another since he was 15.
It also says he speaks 5 different languages, found time to graduate from Rome University, and is a very shrewd businessman. I'd like to meet him. Yes, Mr. Roney, what can I do for you?
He has a wife and 4 kids.
You didn't exactly give him all the grisly details either.
Well, I told him I was married.
What? Tonight? No, that's impossible. What's that?
What are we going to do?
When in doubt.
Punt, will you be serious?
All right, but please come right away. It's very late. I've been serious all my life. I have seriously made money. I have seriously tried to solve the problems in the Middle East. I have seriously fucked up my marriage.
Well, you had some strong support there.
And your theory is?
That you are using Mrs. Hecker as a go-between in the negotiations between you and the Palestinians? My editor is prepared to go with the story, complete with the pictures.
Ms. Zaharoni, you're obviously very ambitious and very imaginative, but you're wrong. You'd be doing the cause of peace a great disservice by publishing these fantasies.
And your political career back in Texas? What would these fantasies do to it?
I think you'd better leave.
If your wife was not acting as a go-between for you, then what was she doing at that Arab cafe waiting for a well-known Palestinian?
Mike.
Rachel? You married?
No.
Got a boyfriend?
Not right now.
When?
Well, as the song says, a good man nowadays is hard to find.
Well, I hope if you ever do find one, nobody ever does to him what you're doing to mine.
Keep your hands on the table.
What do you want?
I've got a gun, cocked, ready to shoot your balls off.
Oh! What do you want?
Now, let's go for a nice, intimate chat, shall we?
Oh. When did this happen?
A few hours ago. Alex?
I'm here, I think.
I'm going to pay them. I have no choice.
Wait a minute. The blackmailers contacted Mustafa. They want $500,000 from him.
Call him back. I want a meeting with him tonight. Call him back. Now. I just want to talk with him. Maybe they'll listen to him.
Good evening, Ambassador Harker.
Thank you for coming.
I was curious. You don't look like an avenging husband.
To seek vengeance, one must be victimized. I never allow that.
I told Alex that I was ready to pay.
That's not why I'm here at all.
Then why?
Mr. Hashimi, the Middle East is a powder keg. The only hope I can see is for young people to get together and begin a dialogue.
Ambassador Harker, are you really as naive as you would have me believe?
Maybe. But it seems to me that if young people of both sides could start a movement toward unity, it just might be the beginning of a solution to the problems of the Middle East. I understand you lecture at the Palestinian University. Do you suppose you could get some of your students together for a meeting?
Who with?
The students from the Hebrew University.
Alex said you were a tenacious bastard. Let us arrange it for tomorrow night. Right here, at Antipatri's. I'll bring as many students as I can. At the time when our recognition grows all over the world, there are some idiots among us still throwing bombs. For the first time, we are talking with the United States. So what happens? We almost killed the American ambassador's wife.
Would my loyal and good friend feel this way if the ambassador's wife were not an intimate friend of his?
Hashemi. Yes. You are an important and dedicated man. Your reputation is known throughout the whole Arab world. Did you ever consider that such a relationship could prove useful to us?
Since I was 13, I devoted my life to our cause. So let's stop this nonsense about my personal life.
I agree. We are putting too much importance on this woman. I too question the wisdom of the bombs at this time. So, let's go back to the matter we came here to discuss.
Now, what about this meeting?
With the Jews?
Yes, with Israelis. With Israeli students.
We don't talk with Jews. We kill them!
Right. We kill them! You also kill priests!
Good! Then the Pope will know that we are serious.
What about 11 Muslims who also died at the Jaffa Gate?
Our war demands it. Sacrifice it!
There is no need for any more sacrifice. Just let us meet.
We had one meeting already, remember? I was almost killed.
We must keep trying.
Never, never, we never meet with Jews. Never with the Jews. Never. You're a traitor.
Good morning, boys. I trust you slept well. Are you ready for a morning dip?
But I don't know how to swim.
I know. Cold water will help to refresh your memory. I only hope there are no sharks.
No! No, stop! What are you doing? He can't swim! No, please! No, I told you he can't swim! No!
His hands are tied. No, what's the difference?
No, please! No! Ah! No! Get him out! You are killing him!
Oh, you are.
Get him out, please. Get him out, hurry, before it's too late.
Relax. I told you have to sink 3 times before you drown. He's only sunk twice.
I'll tell you everything. I'll do anything, huh? I swear, please.
Okay. Where is the film?
Stone took it.
Who is Stone?
A KGB agent. Foolishly, we told him about the film. And you know how the Russians like to fish in troubled waters. But that's not the reason he came.
Why did he?
He came to eliminate the ambassador.
What did you say?
He has a Winfield with a silencer. I got it for him.
Captain! Take us back to port. Everything. How the Mossad forced you to make a print of the film. How Abe Ben David threatened to have you arrested unless you called the American ambassador.
That's not true.
Throw him overboard!
I'll say it. I'll say it.
All I'm asking is that you talk with them. Look, I understand your anxiety, gentlemen, but I witnessed something 2 weeks ago that made a hell of an impression on me. Arabs and Jews sitting alongside the road, talking, not spitting at each other. All I'm suggesting is a meeting of the minds.
are not coming.
Right, we've been made fools of.
You can never trust an Arab. Let's get out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait.
You waited.
Listen.
Won't work, Mr. Ambassador. It never will.
Listen. So many.
Let's begin.
In peace and with open minds.
I was a refugee when I was 13. For 30 years I fought and killed.
For your homeland?
Yes, for my homeland.
But can't you understand that no matter how many of us you kill, we'll never give it back?
Surely you must believe in a better solution than that.
There is no way to settle Palestinian refugees in another Arab country. They must come back to Palestine. Like you people will not go back to live in those concentration camps in Europe. How many years, how many generations can a human being live in camps?
Why must they be kept in camps?
As long as they live in camps, they have the world's sympathy, and they are your problem. Don't you see, as long as they're in camps, they're Palestinians, thrown off their homeland.
I've got another bottle in my car. I'll get it.
He's not back yet?
He's been gone all day. I'm going nuts. He insisted upon meeting Mustafa Hashimi last night. They're trying to arrange some meeting between Arab-Israeli students.
Minister Harris, please. Minister Frank Stevenson, he's been gone all day. And the meeting is definitely on.
I've worse news for you. I've just been informed that the Psycho know about it. And you know what that means? A bloodbath.
There is something I would like to ask you. Do you think it's possible for the PLO as an
umbrella group?
Yes, an umbrella group. Could it recognize Israel?
You people must first recognize that the Palestinians are a nation and not a tribe.
Why must we be the first to recognize you?
And what about the Psycho and all the other extremists? Who's going to stop them terrorizing our border and killing all our women and children?
Mr. Hashimi, do you think that your people really want peace with us?
I want more than anything for all of us to live in peace. But there are still many, too many of us, who seek revenge. Maybe the next generation will know better.
Alex, did he say anything at all that might indicate where the meeting was?
It sounded like they were going to meet at a relative of Mustafa's, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe it was a restaurant.
A restaurant?
It
What
was
restaurant?
like Aunt Patty's. Aunt Patty's.
Antipatris?
Antipatris. Antipatris. Is that
an
a
old
restaurant?
Roman ruin outside of town. No, you stay here.
Oh, I'm not staying here. Are you crazy? It's a little late for me to start playing the faithful wife who waits at home.
What I saw tonight was that peace is not impossible. There is hope. Individuals can work out their differences without violence. That's not going to happen with ministers or diplomats. It's going to happen with you. That's what I saw tonight. Young people talking together. That's what tomorrow's all about. brought them here to talk and got most of them killed. Including him.
Oh, my God.
The irony of it is that he saved my life.
Are you all right?
God knows I'm in better shape than he is. What was it he said? Maybe the next generation will make it better.
Maybe he was right, Mr. Ambassador.
Maybe, but I haven't got that much time. And neither is this country, of course. What do you say we go home? All the way home.
Do you think he will stay in our country?
If he's smart, he won't.
Ambassador, I want you to have this, ma'am.
What is it?
It's my story and all the pictures with the negatives. I've decided not to publish it.
Why not?
We need you here, sir. It's yours. You can do with it whatever you want.
Peter? I'm on my way to Abe Ben David's office to destroy the negative.
You were right to try.
It's hopeless.
Fine. Now you can start thinking about what to do with a hopeless situation. Don't give up.